I'm going to give you guys the top 5 best meta class setups for Modern Warfare 3 ranked play. This is going to be very easy and things you can throw on right now. So we are actually going to start out with the Ram 7. I usually start out with the MCW, but I want to switch it up a little bit. For people that want to try something different, the Ram 7 is actually meta in ranked play, and I think you guys will enjoy this class setup. Throw on the Stir 45 Sky Fury compensator for recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed, which is not a big deal. Throw on the Cronin Headwind Long Barrel for bullet velocity and range, aiming out of sway and firing aim stability at the cost of hip fire and attack stance spread, aim walking speed, and sprint to fire speed. Throw on the DR6 hand stop for aim walking speed, aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and movement speed at the cost of hip fire and attack stance spread and aim walking steadiness. Mark 3 reflector is my personal preference, but you can use the Niter, the Slate, or anything that you want to along these categories that are not actually banned. And last but not least, the HVS 3.4 pad for gun kick control and recoil control at the cost of sprint to fire speed, sprint speed, and movement speed. In combat, it's very easy to just snap onto the enemy. The only downside is super long range. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to actually hit your targets because there is a little bit of recoil. If you can control the recoil, fantastic. Or if you guys want a better build with better recoil, then I can help you guys out with that. But just be cautious with the long range engagements, because if somebody has an MCW and your shot's not perfect, then you most likely will lose. But the short to medium range engagements are perfect for this weapon right here. So here's the entire class right here. And if you guys do want something different, then I can help you guys out. There's two things you can do. You can either change the underbarrel, or you can most likely change the rear grip, put on the Retort 90 grip tape if you guys don't want the DR6 hand stop. But if you guys don't want that either, you can change the DR6 hand stop, and instead of running that, you can run something along the lines of the Brune Heavy Support Grip, the Camaro Ren 03, or the Brune Pivot Vertical Grip, whichever one fits your needs. But in my opinion, the best choices are most likely going to be the Brune Heavy Support Grip or the Brune Pivot Vertical Grip. Whichever one you think actually helps you out the most, test it out for yourself, because I don't want to be the one that says, hey, this works the best, and then someone says, well, that didn't work for me. Try it out for yourself and let me know in the comment section which one works best for you. Next is the most popular gun in the game, the MCW. They're on the Stir 45 Sky Fury compensator for recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed. They're on the 16.5 MCW Cyclone Long Barrel for bullet velocity and range, aiming out of sway and firing aim stability at the cost of hip fire and attack stance spread, aim walking speed, and sprint to fire speed. Once again, throw on the DR6 hand stop for aim walking speed, aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and movement speed at the cost of hip fire and attack stance spread and aim walking steadiness. Throw on the RB Claw PSL grip for firing aim stability, gun kick control, and recoil control at the cost of aiming out of sway. And last but not least, I put on a Slate reflector, but once again, you can use anything you want to, whether it's Niter, Mark 3, or any of these. I just can't guarantee your performance. This weapon is incredibly easy to use. It has really good movement. It's not like slow at all. You can basically use this for any position, whether you are an anchor or you want to rush around a little bit. This gun actually is fantastic for rushing. You can just slide and get right into the engagement. But you guys see it has fantastic recoil control, so you're not compromising your range, your bullet velocity, or anything like that. So this is the ideal setup. And with that being said, let me show you guys the entire class setup right here. I think this is the best of all worlds, and you guys should copy this down, take a screenshot, picture, whatever you guys want to do if you want to build it right now. If you made it this far in the video, can you guys comment meta for me, and I'm going to shout some of you guys out and give you some cop points. Number 3 is the WASP Swarm. This thing is absolutely insane, and I have some other SMGs to show you, but I had to show you this. This is one of my personal favorites. I see a lot of people using a lot of weird muzzles for the WASP Swarm, but this is my personal favorite, the L4R Flash Hider for muzzle flash concealment, recoil control, and gun kick control at the cost of aim down sight speed. On a WASP Ruthless L Barrel for bullet velocity and range, and aiming out of sway at the cost of sprint to fire speed. If you throw on the long barrel, the downside is that you are going to have a ton more cons that I think are just not worth it, considering this is multiplayer. It's not Warzone. You're not going to really have to worry too much about some more recoil control. It already has pretty good recoil control, and I just don't think it needs those extra cons that are going to be crucial for those engagements. Go on the F-Tech SP10 angled grip for horizontal recoil, aiming out of sway, gun kick control, and aim walking steadiness at the cost of vertical recoil. 40 round mag is my personal preference. Now you do lose movement speed, aim down sight speed, reload quickness, and sprint to fire speed, but I do think the trade-off is worth it. I don't think anyone should use the 20 or 25 just because I just think you're gonna have a bad time using these. You may not even get one kill. If you get one, you're immediately gonna get killed right after, just because you don't have enough bullets to get the job done. I think 40 is the perfect spot. And last but not least, the FSS Rampage 7 tactical for aim down sight speed, aiming out of sway, and firing aim stability at the cost of aim walking speed and movement speed. This gun is fantastic to use. It's very easy, has very easy, I would say, recoil control, fantastic movement, so you actually are going to be able to slide around the map, move, catch the enemy by surprise, and get the job done, and give you guys a little bit of range. Now, obviously, long range, you're just not going to win that, so don't even try it. But if someone's short range, you're going to absolutely melt them and get the job done very quickly. So with that being said, copy this class setup down, and I think you guys are going to absolutely love this, but I do have some other ones to show you as well. Rival 9 is actually one of my favorite SMGs in the game, and this is a little bit of a controversial setup. Throwing the L4R flash hider for muzzle flash concealment, recoil control, and gun kick control at the cost of aim down sight speed. Throwing the Brune tactical vertical grip for firing aim stability, gun kick control, and hip fire attack stance spread at the cost of aim down sight speed, hip fire spread, and sprint to fire speed. Controversially, I don't think you actually need a barrel, but if you do use a barrel, I think you should use the Rival 38E fire starter barrel for aim down sight speed, movement speed, sprint to fire speed, and sprint speed at the cost of recoil control, aiming out of sway, and firing aim stability. Throw on the Rival Vice assault grip for gun kick control, firing aim stability, and recoil control at the cost of aiming out of sway. And last but not least, the MTZ Marauder stock for gun kick control, aiming out of sway, and firing aim stability at the cost of aim walking speed, movement speed, hip fire attack stance spread, and sprint to fire speed. This thing is absolutely beautiful. You do have very good movement with it. I think the sprint to fire speed is actually amazing. And the beautiful thing is it does kill very quickly. Now, one thing I will say is a lot of people are most likely going to stick with the 30 rounds. I think that if you give yourself some wiggle room to have the 40, this can be used as a more versatile short to medium range. But if you're somebody that just wants to get a very quick pick, like guaranteed, then I think 30 is more than enough. You can get this short range engagement. Now, say if you take off this barrel, right, and change the muzzle, what you can end up doing is put on the Stir 45 Sky Fury Compensator S. And for the barrel, put on the Rival C clear shot barrel for aiming out of sway, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil control. Going to the firing range, you'll see that the long range engagement is a little bit easier. It's still not super easy, so I don't know if the trade-off is worth it for you guys, because there's a ton of muzzle flash, and I still think it's like a very risky long range engagement that I don't even think you should challenge in the first place. So I would honestly just keep that off, keep this off, keep on that L4R flash hider, and if you want a barrel, you can put on the Rival 38, but honestly, I don't think you guys need it. I think this is the best build right here, the very best build for the Rival 9. Take a picture, a screenshot, and if you guys have made it this far, comment that was fast, and you're going to confuse a whole lot of people. I'm going to shout you guys out because it's going to be funny. Now, the very last class setup I want to show you guys is the Striker. Throw on the L4R flash hider for muzzle flash concealment, recoil control, gun kick control at the cost of aim down sight speed. Throw on the Striker Recon long barrel for bullet velocity and range, aiming out of sway at the cost of hip fire attack stance spread, sprint to fire speed, and aim walking speed. Now, this one is not actually necessary, but if you guys use it, feel free. It's the 48 round mag. You do lose reload, quickness, movement speed, aim down sight speed, and aim walking speed, but there is something worth it. Mark 3 reflector. Now, if you guys want to use anything else, feel free, or if you guys just don't want to use the sight, that's fine too. And I throw on the RB Critalis assault stock for gun kick control, firing aim stability, aim down sight speed, and recoil control at the cost of hip fire attack stance spread and sprint to fire speed. This thing is a fantastic hybrid SMG. It doesn't take much effort to actually use at all. Even at long range, you have so little recoil that I would basically consider this an SMG or AR depending on the situation. It just has the range that you absolutely need, and whatever situation you actually get in, you can actually win it at a pretty fast rate. So I highly recommend this SMG. If you guys want to try it out, here's the best class setup for it. If you guys don't want the optic and you guys don't want, say, I don't know, well, if you don't want the 48 round mag, then what you can throw on is either the TAC grip or the Sakin ZX grip. Don't worry about the FTAC G5 XO, it's just not worth it, but you can run either of these. And instead, you can also run for the underbarrel. You can use the DR6 hand stop if you want to. If you need some more recoil control, then you can use either the FTAC SP10 angled if you want to, or you can use the Brune heavy support grip. And this is the top 5 best MW3 ranked play class setups. If you guys made it this far in the video, comment thank you.